How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome back to another episode of Stronghold Legends Steam Edition. Today I'm going to be beginning the Ice campaign, which is considered the medium difficulty campaign. Anyway, chapter number 1, Evil Approaches. Let's do this.
So big was Dietrich of Bern when he was born, that his mother, Queen Odila, almost died giving birth to him. He weighed as much as a sack of grain, with a head fair nearly the size of a watermelon, and a smile just as big. People came from miles around to see this oversized infant. As Dietrich grew into adulthood, he towered above most normal men and would eat several whole boars in one sitting. Thanks to the constant tutorage of his mentor, the wise and brave Hildebrand, who had been by his side since childhood, Dietrich became a masterful fighter, though somewhat foolhardy. His mighty battle axe, named Blitztod, meaning lightning death, was never far from this great warrior's side.
The unthinkable has happened, my lord. Prince Dietrich has been drugged and imprisoned by the giant Sigunot. We do not have many forces. Dietrich has always been our first line of defense, but with him gone, our lands are left open to raids from the mountain giants and dragons. They have already been spotted in the outlying villages. You must guide Hildebrand and a small group of our forces to where Dietrich is being held and attempt to free him.
Excellent. So I'm going to be playing this episode on the hardest difficulty. Let's get started.
Sire, Prince Dietrich is imprisoned in the Frost Giant's castle across the river. But to get there, we must pass many of the dragons that now plague these lands. If we are to have enough troops left to siege Sigunot's castle, we should try and avoid fighting the beasts, at least for now.
Okay, let's speed this up. I'm going to play it at speed 90, and we're going to grab these pikemen over here first. So my archers currently aggroed them, and then the crossbowmen are going to do the majority of the damage against them. So most likely they will not even be able to touch my defenses here. Excellent. So let's get moving. So the next area we need to clear out is right over here. Position my troops accordingly. We have 3 pikemen right there that we're going to have to deal with. There are also dragons in several locations, but we do not have to deal with them in the first part of this mission. This is a 2-part mission. The first part, we actually have to kill the giant Sigunot, and we also have to rescue Dietrich. And then the second part of this mission, we're going to be killing the dragons. I'm not exactly sure why the dragons are such a threat. They're just like, while the mission began, we were supposed to be rescuing Dietrich from a giant, and then all of a sudden, well, we're killing dragons now. It really did not make a whole lot of sense to me, but that is the way the story goes. So I'm going to be playing it on 90 speed to get through a lot of this stuff. And the second part of this mission can be completed really quickly. Whether or not you consider the method that I'm going to be using a bit cheesy is up to you. I personally am in favor of the most efficient way the game allows you to complete something that is not an outright exploit. So this is mere tactics that I'm going to be using in the second part of this mission, but I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So what do we have here? Well, we have a whole bunch of units moving along rather slowly because they are currently in the line formation. Now, the line formation is one of 3 formations. The line formation and the column formation, both of them have fixed unit walking speeds, which means that if you have your units in those formations, they will move at the speed of the slowest unit selected. So in my case, it was the swordsmen, they were moving it. So here we're going to engage a couple of the pikemen right there. I'm going to grab one of these archers and move him along. We're going to aggro this group of pikemen over here, get it within range, shoot at them, good enough. We're going to move, essentially baiting them into my pikeman line wall right here. Apparently one of them, not quite close enough apparently. Not going to be a problem. We're going to get these guys just fine. They'll come along. Archers are not going to do much damage against pikemen. It's one of the areas that the crossbows really excel in, taking care of armored units, of course. And pikemen are definitely one of the armored units in the game. So taking care of all those, they will not bother us again. Now we need to get over here to the bridge. I'm going to set my pikeman up in front of it again. Set them to defensive and grab an archer. And if these pikemen are within range, we're going to grab them, aggro them by shooting at them a couple times. Excellent. These guys actually might get across the river because there are quite a few of them. So my pikemen are in position. They're set to defensive, so they will engage when the enemy pikemen get close enough. Yeah, a couple of them. We're going to have to engage a couple of them. Should not be a big deal because my crossbowmen will make mincemeat out of them in a relatively short period of time. So we're moving along quite nicely here. With the castle up ahead, we're going to have to deal with these next group of 3 pikemen right there, and then these archers that come running along as well. Now, the archers are fairly easy to deal with, I believe. So what I'm going to do here is grab Hildebrand, and oops, there was a pikeman left behind. What is he doing? How did he get way up there? Must have had him selected separately from the group, and therefore he didn't move at the same speed. Okay, well, yeah, everybody should be in line formation, but apparently they aren't. So now they will be, right? Yeah. I hope these archers aren't within range. Nope. Okay, they're continuing to run. So what I want to do here, where are those pikemen? Should be around here somewhere. Yeah, they have quite a long patrol. I have a crossbowman selected instead of Hildebrand. Why is that? A mistake on my part. So I'm going to get Hildebrand to hide behind this wall right here. Or this bluff, so the archers actually can't get at him. And then next time they come around, I'm going to run up there and smash them. Smash their heads in. Before they can really get much of a shot off on me. There. 2 of them down really quickly. And now they'll no longer present a threat to us. I do want to get these, make sure these pikemen come in within range of our crossbows. 3 pikemen, not going to be a problem at all. There we go, let's continue moving up, shall we? Next big issue is going to be those men-at-arms right there. They can throw their spears, so I want to make sure that my pikemen are on the front lines to take the bulk of that damage instead of my archers or other weak units. They might aggro them. For now, what I'm going to do here is, yeah, okay, they're coming. They actually did aggro them. How are we looking? It looks like you might have thrown a couple of spears at my crossbowmen, but it's not a big deal. I don't think I lost any. So now what I'm going to do here is grab these archers, or smash them up here on top of this bluff. I'm going to take some damage to Hildebrand's horse, but overall, we got rid of those 3. The wolves got aggroed, I see. Excellent. So the way should be all clear. Now we can move up and begin the process of taking this castle. There are not a whole lot of tactics involved with taking the castle. We don't have siege equipment, obviously. But at the same time, we want to do it right, which means I'm going to slow down to speed 50 before doing it. What we want first is get this my swordsman to attack the swordsman that's walking up there. Get these pikemen, set them to defensive, and make them walk up the hill as well. These units are going to take the bulk of the ranged damage from the archers on the walls. There are no crossbowmen up there, so we're not going to be taking a lot of damage, but still going to be significant, and we don't want our weaker units to have to deal with that. I'm going to have my pikemen deal with those wolves right there. It's going well it's going well so far, and then I'm going to move the rest of these units up quite cautiously, and they're going to be taking out the archers on the walls while my pikemen deal with these the swordsmen right there. Okay, now the wolves are a problem. 9 wolves, yeah. Those wolves are a huge problem. They're killing a lot of stuff. Okay, we're good, we're good. Killed a little bit more than I'd like, but everything is off the walls, and now I'm going to get ladders on the walls. Target that dude. Target that dude. I'm thinking right now. I gotta get everything on top of the towers. Includes crossbowmen and everything else. They're going to start aggroing stuff, so I need to get my pikemen on the walls immediately as well. Grab these laddermen. Make sure you go after that pikeman. I want that pikeman dead, because otherwise he's going to get up there on top of my walls, or he's going to use my ladders to get up on top of the wall. And that means that I'm going to start losing troops, losing ranged units. No, that's never good. Yeah, okay. Hildebrand, kill the pikeman right there. It should not be as complicated as you are making it. Hildebrand, let's move you on top of the walls here now, and we're going to be using his special power to deal with the special things. Get these pikemen over here by the ladder. Telling my swordsman to climb the ladder. Not sure if that was a good idea. I think he might lose some extra health from that. I'm going to spawn my ice maidens over here, and we're actually going to go ahead and unlock Dietrich. So that's pretty cool. Now, the giant Sigonot should be coming over here, and we're going to tell Dietrich to target him, and this should kill him. So you can see the knights are quite effective against giants. There we go. Siegfried is down, and Dietrich is rescued. That simply. We did not have to deal with the rest of this castle, although we probably should, because considering what is to come, yeah. Haha, this is actually not going good. I have a whole bunch of bad troops rampaging through my archer towers. Get out of here. Okay, I think everything is taken care of. Yeah, I wish the victory condition would have come a little bit sooner, because, I mean, we're still waiting around. What are we waiting for? This is victory. There we go. Victory. But remember, this is only part 1. We still have to do part 2. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to have to deal with these archers there. Unfortunately, that's going to it's going to kind of suck, actually. Should have taken care of them in this part of the mission. Okay, no lore here. Let's get started on the second part.
Stupid Dietrich! Stupid Dietrich! I must learn not to think with my belly. It's got me into trouble too many times. Now I must make amends for my foolish ways. The castle needs to be reinforced, and then Blitzrod wants to taste dragon's blood. I'm glad to have you with me on this, my friend. Together, we will rid the land of those overgrown lizards, eh?
Once again, we have the difficulty set to hard, and let's get started. A nice little cutscene here of a giant knocking a whole bunch of troops off a wall.
Sire, there are rumors that the mountain giants are coming down from their icy strongholds to revenge their fallen brother. Our castle will need to be strengthened considerably before we venture out to battle the dragons.
So this is what I was talking about. I'm just going to grab all of my other units and stick them in the castle, and then we're going to get Hildebrand and Dietrich, get them some new horses, and set them on the warpath. So the objective to this mission is to destroy all the dragon nests that you saw as we were going towards Siegfried's castle. Unfortunately, there are going to be archers over here? Okay, no. Okay, that's fine. I thought there were going to be archers on those walls, and that was not going to be a good thing, but it turns out those archers were removed, apparently, when all of my units got moved over to my castle over here. So what we're going to be doing is taking Hildebrand and Dietrich and move them over here to these dragons, and we're going to be killing all the dragons simply with Hildebrand and Dietrich, because why is that? Well, they are knights, and knights cannot be knocked back, unlike a lot of other plain troops. So it's really going to be effective against the dragon. The dragon's one of the greatest dangers is them knocking units back. Okay, we probably should run away from that. That's some fire right there. That'll burn a horse right out from underneath your lord. We're just going to get around behind here and flank this dude. Flank the dragon. So we'll have pretty much like 2 units working at him constantly. So he should go down fairly quickly, his health. And if we dodge right, we're not going to lose our horse either. For either lord. It's rather interesting having 2 lords. Even though, okay, there's the first dragon down. Let's get moving across the bridge over here. You might be noticing that I'm not paying attention to my economy back at my village. That's because the only objective of this mission is to actually remove these dragons, and you can do it relatively quickly. Okay, we're going to deal with some fire right there. Just wait until it's dried up. And then we're going to move back here with Dietrich. That's Hildebrand, actually. Hildebrand is just a plain knight, whereas Dietrich has the robe and everything. So we're dealing a good deal of damage, like twice the amount of damage if we had dealt with the dragons coming here. We could have, because we had Hildebrand, and he was capable of doing this tactic. You can do this tactic with just 1 lord, but it is much easier to use a couple of lords to do it, because one of them can be stationary and hack away at the dragon while the dragon is preoccupied with the other. So it's always more desirable to have a couple of knights or a couple of lords dealing with the dragons at the same time. We have first of the mountain giants coming through. Not going to be a problem. I might pan over there, but the thing about it is the mountain giant can't get on your keep. And for the first attack at least, okay, let's take a look. Where's the mountain giant? He's coming from way over here. Okay, see, it's just one of them, and he can't get on top of my keep to capture it. So I'm in no real danger. He will be coming after my lords, but that's not going to be a problem because my lords are going to be advancing on the final dragon. And once we take him out, the mission is complete. So probably want to get around back, flank the dragon. This is going to be the hardest dragon because of its positioning. I might just stand and take the damage. Get out of there. I decided not to, because that's the way I am. That dude might actually be taking damage. That's Hildebrand. We're going to see here. Yeah, his horse got killed, but as you can see, the dragon can't knock him back, and it hardly does any damage to his health. I'm doing vastly more damage to the dragon's health, and that is victory. So where's the giant? I can't find him. Huh. Apparently he's not doing anything. Okay, well, anyway, that is how you get through this mission as fast as possible. Apparently all my units took care of the giant then. Oh, wait, there he is. See, he's coming after my lord right there.
And so it came to pass that the castle was rebuilt and the dragon plague quelled. But with the sounds of battle still raging in his ears, Prince Dietrich was eager for a new adventure. However, as is often the way with these things, adventure would find him first.
So anyway, that pretty much completes Chapter 1, both parts 1 and 2. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.